Welcome back to Fresh Living. This Saturday, April 26th, thousands of people across the country and in Salt Lake City will gather to fight against pancreatic cancer. And that includes Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos and her entire family. The Maryland native sat down with Megan Clark at our sister station in D.C. to share her connection to the cause.
My late husband, John, was diagnosed on Valentine's Day, February 14th of 2019, and he fought for almost 2 years, the cancer, but finally passed away on January 18th, 2021. So I am here honoring his memory. This is exactly what he would want, that we move forward and help somebody else so no other family has to endure the same cancer. So the 5-year survival rate for this kind of cancer is only 13%. And that's up from 1999 when it was only 3% or 4%. But it still has such a long way to go. The reason that it's so deadly is there is really no easy way to detect it. So there's no test, there's no blood test or, any kind of scan. And the other reason is there are not a lot of great treatment options. And that is, due mainly to funding. So, biopharm and pharmaceutical companies are not readily engaging in, clinical trials because they've had such a low success rate. So, the funding and getting, companies and pharmaceutical and researchers to actually study this cancer and figure out a good test and better treatment options to get to patients faster will improve that survival rate immensely.
This is really making change. That's why events like this are so important. How did you get involved in PanCan? And tell us about Purple Stride.
Yeah, so they approached me. I did not know about PanCan.
Cool.
I so wish I had when we were going through the journey with my husband, because we didn't know about the resources. And PanCan has so many resources. They are engaged with clinical trials. They know all about all the specialists. So they would have been such an amazing resource. We didn't have it at the time, but apparently the PanCan people knew my story based on from my bio on the show, and they approached me and they said, we have this great network. And I read about them, and I spoke with, some of the people from PanCan, and I realized this was the perfect thing that I needed to do, that this was a organization that was doing exactly what we need to find a cure for this cancer. And it's exactly the perfect way to honor John's memory. So they approached me about being, working with them and being the ambassador for this year's Purple Stride. And I readily said yes.
Yeah.
And my family is involved and my friends are involved, and it's become a big community for me. And it's been actually a joyous thing to be doing. It's joy coming from a real tragedy.
It's truly, and just a beautiful way for you to help others. This is so lovely. How can people take part and support PanCan on April 26th and support? They can even join your team, right? Or give?
Yes,
okay.
yes. It's in almost 60 communities throughout the United States, but you can go on purplestride.org/Joan Vassos and join my team, or you can make a donation. And the name of my team is called It's Just a Sprain, and that's in honor of John, who just had the most amazing, great outlook on life, even facing such a tragedy or such a terrible cancer. He still would joke and say it's just a sprain. So we named the team after him because we're honoring his memory.
That's beautiful. So no matter where you are, you can help and take part. April 26th, mark it on your calendars. Joan Vassos, our Golden Bachelorette Joan, amazing work you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about this beautiful event.
Thank you.